Joining us now with reaction, former White House press secretary, Fox News contributor Sarah Sanders, along with Congressman from the great state of Florida, Matt Gaetz. Matt, there's been a few, I once added it up between our ensemble cast, guys like you, Devin, Mark, Meadows, and Jordan, and Ratcliffe, and I can't name everybody, maybe about 20, 25 people total that took on the entire media establishment and the deep state, and we were right, they were wrong.
When we first called this a coup, we were panned by the Democrats, the media, and even some of our fellow Republicans. But now we see the extent that the Obama administration went to tell a side of the story that really was fiction. And we're specifically seeing Joe Biden's personal involvement in the potential setup of Mike Flynn. So I don't know what's worse for Joe Biden, being implicated in that potential setup or being so without his faculties that he can't remember the meetings. He can't remember being there. And I think that that also creates sort of a political Chinese finger trap for Biden. Either he's going to claim he was the super involved vice president and wants credit for all the things he thinks America loved about the Obama administration. But if he does that, he has to own these scandals, these setups, and this attempt by the Obama administration to undermine our democracy. Bad news for Joe Biden ahead.
I think one of the reasons, and this is just my own thinking on it, Sarah, my opinion, is that I think they understood that General Flynn in that position would probably expose a lot of this, and I think that is a big part of why they had this animosity towards General Flynn, part of it anyway. The other part of it is their hatred of all things Donald Trump, but this would certainly, well, be an insurance policy. This would certainly make understandable Barack and Joe's understanding in all this and wanting to be informed every step of the way, as the Strzok and Page text alluded to. And then we have the original 302 part of this, which in fact contradicted everything else that we've heard since.
Absolutely. I've been saying this for the last 3 years and joined in on the chorus with you and Matt and many others. One of the best decisions that the president ever made was to fire Comey. We got berated at the time. It was considered a huge scandal right after it happened. My very first on-camera briefing was right after James Comey had been fired, and you would have thought that the president declared war on one of our allies, the way that the media freaked out. And now we know exactly why he did it and that he should have done it even sooner. Comey was a liar and a leaker, and he wasn't acting alone. He had all of the Obama administration cronies, and it went to the highest levels. We're seeing every single day another piece of evidence that comes out that there were multiple people at the highest levels of government that were involved in this conspiracy and this Russia wish hunt to overturn the will of the American people and try to take back the 2016 election. And when they couldn't get it, the president, because they had nothing on him, they tried to go after everybody around him, whether it was General Flynn or Donald Trump Jr. They had one goal in mind, and that was to destroy the president and everyone close to him. And the tables are turning, and all I have to say is look out, because my guess is Donald Trump is going to come back harder and heavier than anybody else, and nobody throws a punch harder than he does. So I think that there's a lot coming down the pipe.
Let's put it this way. I'm hoping in 174 days, the mob that has hated him from day one will have to utter these words. We can now project that Donald J. Trump has been reelected the 45th president of the United States, and watch their heads spin around in circles, and they'll projectile vomit green puke like The Exorcist. Thank you both.